One of the comments from you guys as a result of the closing to season 3 is both the greatest thing ever and the worst thing ever simultaneously, somehow, some way. You are no longer a sweet summer child. You are now a hard man of winter. Welcome to Game of Thrones, sir. Thank you. Embodiment of Fear. Great username, by the way. Pretty much how I felt when I read that. I guess I am a man of winter now. I have no choice but to be this hard man of winter. What choice do I have, huh? Still not recovered. In no way have I recovered. Yeah, not in the slightest from losing Rob, and to a lesser extent, John and Ygritte. Like, I lost both relationships at the same time, but obviously one is worse because it's forever. Most of my preamble is getting skipped here, guys. I want to jump in. That's why we're starting right here with the episode loaded up here. I've been really eager to get into this season, so I'm going to tackle that eagerness now with optimism. Yes, I'm still optimistic, and I know people will call me a fool for that, but I'm still optimistic. This man is not to be messed with. For anyone in this world who cares, look at that. It's the best place to keep notes. Did he make that sword and give it to Jamie? Yes, he did. Son of a
Looks
bee.
fresh forged.
Yeah.
You did.
Two.
The original weapon was absurdly large. Plenty of
Oh,
steel
he
for
turned it into
swords.
2? It was really big. It was like Cloud Strife big.
My bloody honor is beyond repair. But my answer is still no. I don't want Casterly Rock. I don't want a wife. I don't want children.
What do you want?
Supper would be nice.
Let's just take it one step at a time. I've been through a lot.
Forgive me. I don't see Prince Doran in your company.
The prince's health forces him to remain at Sunspear.
Where is Prince Oberyn?
Arrived before dawn. Not a man for welcome parties, our prince.
Very well.
Very
My
awkward
lords,
exchange.
these fine men from the City Watch will escort you to your quarters in the Red Keep.
Some accomplished diplomacy, that was. Now where?
I'm really sick of my guy Tyrion not getting any respect in the show.
Or several somebody.
Prince Oberyn?
This one will
It is
be
Pedro
nice.
Pascal.
Very good, my lady.
I don't know he was in this.
Alive.
Have you ever been with a prince? Can't say I have.
Okay.
Which way do you like it?
My way.
Do you know why all the world hates a Lannister? You think your gold and your lions and your gold lions make you better than everyone.
Tyrion said, get him before he
You're
kills
not a
everybody.
golden lion. You're just a pink little man who's far too slow on the draw. Long sword is a bad option in close quarters. The last time I was in the capital was many years ago, when your father's army took the city.
Wasn't actually.
They butchered those children. My nephew and niece.
Oh, fuck.
Carved them up. And my sister. You know what they did to her?
How does Tywin last so long with making all these enemies?
If the mountain killed my sister, your father gave the order. Tell your father I'm here.
It's bigger than the other.
Dragons, Khaleesi. They can never be tamed,
Oh my gosh.
not even by their mother.
What happened to your family was a terrible crime. I didn't know your brother. He seemed like a good man, but I didn't know him. Your mother, on the other hand, I admired her. She wanted to have me executed, but I admired her.
I believe that.
Your mother would want you to carry on. You know it's true.
That's true, but that's a hard ask.
Well, I'm supposed to marry her brother, a renowned pillow biter, so...
Pillow biter, that's what they call him. Her daughter's in Dorne, which is where
Kingsguard, do you?
Prince Oberyn's from. Interesting.
Every day. I murdered people so I could be here with you.
It took too long.
What?
I'm saying you took too long.
Jamie, count this as a victory and get away from her. Get far away from her. Yes! Yes! Please, find your man.
Seen you slip a shaft through a rabbit's eye.
She was just hurting him. She wasn't trying to kill him.
That boy's still walking. It's because
she's just giving him little love boo-boos. Like, I'm mad at you, boo-boos. And that's not healthy, guys. But you know what I mean.
I was jealous of Rob my whole life. The way my father looked at him, I wanted that. He was better than me at everything. I wanted to hate him, but I never could.
I can't deal with John talking about Rob in the past tense.
Better than me at everything. They're ready for you.
I ate with the wildlings. I climbed the wall with the wildlings. I
made love with the wildlings.
lay with a wildling girl.
Oh, there it is. Oh, shit.
You admit to breaking your vows, then?
I mean, yeah, he just did.
I commanded the city watch of King's Landing, boy.
And now you're here. You must not have been very good at your job.
How dare you?
There's a band of wildlings south of the wall already. The signal for the attack will be a bonfire. Mance said it would be the greatest fire the North has ever seen.
What about Ygritte? What is...
Do you intend to execute me? Or am I free to go?
You were told to ride at the back of the train.
Yes, my queen. But I need to speak to you about something important. A matter of strategy.
Am I going crazy? Who is that?
Your Grace.
No, she gave him the side-eye look away. Oh, another look.
163.
163 dead kids tied to
ride ahead and bury them.
I will see each and every one of their faces. Remove her collar before you bury her.
Oh my god, why? This show is crazy.
I can never repay you.
Oh wow, that's a
my life.
Season 1, right?
Yes.
No, that's the guy that I remember Joffrey was about to kill when she saved him.
I'll wear it with pride, so don't do us.
You lived your life for the king. You're gonna die for some chickens.
I think you are.
Someone is.
I got no shot 1 versus 1. Oh! Some of these deaths are crazy.
Fine little blade.
That's what he said to her, right? Word for word, I think. She's liking this. Arya, developing a taste for killing, clearly. Coming into her own, really. This is who she wanted to be, really, right? When the first day we meet her, episode 1, immediately we see Bran training, and all of a sudden it's boom, she's the one shooting the arrows. Like the moment we meet her, we know she's this future warrior in the making. So seeing Pedro Pascal on my screen was really cool because I really enjoyed him in The Mandalorian. So to see him in this show is a nice surprise, and I feel like he's gonna have a pretty sick role in this show. I don't know what it's going to be, but I just feel like his character was introduced with some real relevance behind it. They gave him some backstory, and the Lannisters have really done a number to his family, as they've done to so many families. Well, Tywin particularly. A lot of the scenes were very bright, you know, a lot of sun in the background. That one scene with Cersei and Jaime talking in the room, there was some prominent sun in that scene. It was I think that was a specific thing they were going for in this episode, particularly after like the last couple episodes felt super dark, obviously dark in content, but also like a lot of the scenes were filmed in dark settings. So and like there was the big storm that was going on in the episodes, in the episode with the wildlings when Jon got away from them, and obviously the dinner and the feast where Robb was murdered and his mom, that was at night also. So it's cool to see the difference in time of day they're doing and emphasizing. The show has been really, really great at improving its cinematography and improving its location details and sets and even things like that, where they focus on a much brighter episode. The fires at the end of this episode, I don't know if they'll have anything to do with Mance Rayder, who Jon told his whole plan. We met like these new these guys that have their skin all, I forgot what they were called to. I was too distracted by just how like if I ran into those guys, I'd be mortified. I would not mess with them whatsoever. They're all, shaven and have the thing, like their things, which is like an actual thing. Some people do that. It's kind of in the tattoo world. Jon told the truth, which Aemon knew. He told the truth about everything, admitted to everything. So apparently, I mean, the whole him laying with another woman, not that big a deal, because apparently everyone does it, which I didn't really realize, but whatever. I'm curious though, because he's told the truth, so now they're gonna prepare for this oncoming battle from Mance. What the hell is going on with Ygritte and Jon? Because he's putting Ygritte in the line of fire by preparing the Night's Watch for this battle. But he knows, and he knows she's going to be there. She let him live, which I'm glad they pointed out. And I didn't think she was trying to kill him with those arrows anyway. It was all very, even on her face, you can see, like, there was so much hurt behind, like, in her face when she was shooting him with those arrows. So much hurt. I still hate that went down the way it did. And I need them to rekindle so bad, but I almost hate myself for even saying that, because I can't expect that from this show, because after what they did with Robb and Talisa, like, why would I have any hope for Jon and Ygritte? Why would I? I'm still upset about episode 9. Red Wedding. The Red Wedding. What the fuck? Why can't this Lannister wedding be the Red Wedding? Why does it have to be like that one? What else? Daenerys, I still don't have a grasp on if Tywin fully believes that Daenerys and the dragons are a thing. Speaking of the dragons getting super aggressive in this episode, is really cool to see. And then those kids, like, she's marching on Marine. There's like 136 or 163, one or the other. I think it was 163 kids on pikes. Like, what? And it's crazy because it's almost like she goes to each town or each village, city, whatever you want to call it, she gets to. Daenerys is more dangerous than the last, and she conquers it in a different way, with just, the way she's just like her stick-to-itiveness. She's just able to figure out each situation. So I fully expect her to figure this one out. I'm just really curious to see what this challenge is, because obviously this is a fucked up place. And I assume we're going here for her to get more, to free more slaves and have them be her soldiers as well voluntarily if they choose to do so. And then I'm just going to keep saying every single time, how is anyone going to defeat her? Like, how is anyone even a match for her? Once she does finally get to King's Landing, which is the end goal. Like, I don't remember how long the show is seasons wise, but is this like from now until the end? Is this what the goal is? This, it's gonna be like the last episode when she finally gets there. Is that what the play is here? Because it's been we're on season 4 now, but I've been enjoying that aspect of things. I'm enjoying everything. Everything here is great. My guy Jamie is getting the shit end of the stick here with a lot of stuff. Cersei's always ridiculous. I mean, she's like, you came back too late and with one hand. First of all, what does the one hand have to do? Like, why is that his fault? I mean, maybe because she's always been she's always looked at him as like this larger than life, this unstoppable, breakable human that just, she pointed out the whole Ned Stark debacle that he started in the middle of the, right in front of everybody, and that kind of started a lot, got the ball rolling a lot of things, and she's very upset about that. But a lot of the other, I mean, She said it herself. It's too late. Like, too much time has passed. She pretty much broke up with him right there. It felt like she broke up with her brother. I hate this show. Between that and like the constant themes of rape, it is, and then the use of children just on pipe. Like, this show is so much. You can get away. Well, one, if you're still watching by now, you're okay. Like, you can accept that it's just a show. And two, if you're not making a great show, then it's, no one's gonna put themselves through watching a lot of this triggering stuff. No one, because it's not a good show. But this show is the opposite. It's a great show. So we're gonna stick through it. We're gonna keep feeling the pain.
If you make it out of the woods, you win.
Ramsay is like Sid from Toy Story, but like born in Game of Thrones world. Theon is long gone. This is Reek. I don't like calling him that. It's not nice.
Tell father, where are Bran and Rickon Stark?
If Bran and Rickon are alive, the country will rally to their side.
Now that Robb Stark is gone. That's right, Reek. Robb Stark is dead. Sorry.
Who the fuck's Jon Snow?
Their bastard brother.
The king of the world.
They could be sheltering them. You may know where they are.
Handsome goblet, my lord. Or shall I call you father?
I should be honored, your grace.
One of only 2 Valyrian steel swords in the capital, your grace. Freshly forged in your honor.
Oh, one for him and one for Jaime. The Stormbringer was cool.
Every time I use it, it'll be like cutting off Ned Stark's head all over again.
It's the worst person in this whole show.
There's a ship waiting in the harbor bound for Pentos.
What?
You'll have your own cabin, of course, and across the narrow sea, a house. Servants.
I'm not afraid of them. I'm not going to run from them. We'll fight them together. It's like you said. I am yours and you're mine.
You're a whore!
Whoa.
How many men have you been with? 500? 5,000?
It's the classic treat her as mean as you can to just make sure that she gets the message, even though you don't mean any of that. I mean, he's just protecting her. That's why he went as hard as he did with being as mean as he did. Oh, that's a nice transition into the fire. This is like fucking some Scientology vibes stuff going on here with Melisandre, and she's like, "Did you see my brother's spirit fly away?"
Our larders are almost empty.
I want a sideshow of just Stannis' daughter and Tyrion just reading books, like a book club podcast.
He saw us!
Sorry I was to hear about your brother. War is war, but killing a man at a wedding, horrid.
Very good, very good. Off you go.
Yeah, that's your bang. Congratulations. Have Draco Malfoy by your side.
Everyone!
My guy Oberyn is multiple interests.
So, you looking forward to your wedding?
You're the one who put a sword through Renly Baratheon.
That's not true, my love. Brienne had nothing to do with it.
Shame.
I owe you my gratitude. You returned my brother safely to King's Landing.
In truth, he rescued me, Your Grace. More than once.
Did he?
Yes.
This wedding right now, go to the kitchens and instruct them that all the leftovers from the feast will be brought to the kennels.
Your Grace, Queen Marjorie...
The Queen?
Oh my god, she's not... Why is she the... Why does she exist? There's gonna be a fucking civil war because of her.
I expect it is a relief, Lady Cersei. Giving up your regal responsibility.
Look at this beautiful man. They hid his whole face in The Mandalorian for that whole show. Come on.
Suppose you'll never know, Prince Oberyn.
King Joffrey! Renly! Stannis! Robb Stark, Balon Greyjoy, the roar of the Five Kings! Yes! You're a traitor!
Pay each of them 20 gold when this is done.
Yes, my lord.
King of the North! Charge!
Surely there are others out there who still dare to challenge my reign. Uncle, how about you? I'm sure they have a spare costume. Uncle, you can be my cupbearer, seeing as you're too cowardly to fight.
Your Grace does me a great honor.
It's not meant as an honor.
Sansa and Tyrion both are like so defenseless in this whole mess.
Kneel. Kneel before your king. Uncle! Where are you going? You're my cupbearer, remember?
I'm not sure this can get any more tense than it already is.
Good. He's washing down.
If it please your Grace, Lady Sansa is very tired.
No, you'll wait here.
He's choking!
Calm the poor boy.
Joffrey!
Come with me now.
Joffrey!
If you want to live, you have to leave.
Tell me he's dying! Tell me he's dying! Is he... Oh shit, that doesn't look good. Oh, come on! Yeah, right. Oh my god, is he finally dead? This is the best moment in this whole show.
He poisoned my son.
How? How?
Your king.
It's not even logical.
Take him. Take him!
I feel like I need confetti. I feel like I need some sort of confetti to toss around. What song is this? It's my favorite song. It sounds all sad, but like it's a celebration to me. Fuck yes. And maybe it's supposed to be sad to hint that like Tyrion's in real shit, but how could you possibly spin that to be Tyrion's fault? Because he would have had to pre-poison the wine. He would have had to have known that Joffrey was gonna make him do all that cup-bearing nonsense and refill his cup over and over. Like, there's no logic whatsoever to pin this on Tyrion, you know, unless he like carries poison with him in his pocket like ricin and slipped it into the cup before he did that. But it obviously wasn't Tyrion. And you could even see from his expression, like looking at the cup, like, what the fuck? It seemed to have been that guy that met, what's his name? Do I even have his, I don't think I have his name anywhere, but the guy that Joffrey almost killed in the beginning of, I think it was like last season, and Sansa saved him, and then they ran into each other, I think the last episode, and now he's here about to save Sansa, it seems. I'm assuming it was him. I love the way that it slowly built up and his face was getting like bluer and bluer and it was more bloodshot and the blood was coming down and dripping out. That was so cool the way they filmed that. Of course, like, I'm gonna find it cool that like he finally died. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and hoping. I mean, I didn't know what would happen. I've been hoping that it would happen, and it finally happened. Are you like, come on? I'm so happy. I just want to celebrate. I need Tywin and Cersei to come to be up next. You know, maybe Ramsay as a third, because he's just watching him is just off-putting. I certainly don't like Greyjoy, and Greyjoy feeling bad in that scene, or Reek, whatever we're calling him now. I feel sympathy for him having any sort of, you know, feelings about Robb being dead now, because he betrayed Robb in the worst kind of way. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole of his daddy issues, but wow, there's a lot that happened in this episode. I mean, I almost don't even feel like I can touch on all the other stuff because this is a huge revelation. The king is dead. So, and then there's the whole scene where Bran and that flashback, not the flashback, but everything that he was seeing, and he was being guided kind of by the gods there, the tree, the gods. I know that they like make prayers by that tree or take oaths by that tree, and that tree holds that, it's their like prayer area. And Bran losing touch with reality, living as a wolf. I thought that was such a cool write-in, little plot point that could, I don't know if they'll keep doing that because he's clearly like seems to have gotten his head straight when he had the vision at the tree, and knows exactly what he needs to go do. So maybe that's just you know, throwing that in there. But I thought that was really, really impressive, just to really show how, first of all, it's a reminder like, hey, by the way, Bran still can't walk, and there's still like, he's still a kid and that lost that ability, and you almost forget that because he's got these powers now to speak, to control animals and control humans, which is like an extra level. Iron Bank got brought up, and the debts at the end, the Lannisters owe them, and we'll see how that works its way in. I'm so antsy. I gotta get to the next one after that.
Where's Sansa?
Bar the gates of the city sees every ship in the harbor.
This is not Law and Order.
No one leaves the capital!
Where are we going?
Somewhere safe.
I thought she was gonna go back because every time she has the opportunity to leave, she's so like, no, I must stay. Okay. Beautiful shot. Once again, I've needed Sansa to leave this place for so long. I'm so happy it's finally happening. It's given me an odd sense of comfort, even though this is probably bad news. Gonna get picked up by Jack Sparrow.
Lord Baelish.
Peter. I had it made a few weeks ago. What did I once tell you about the capital?
We're all liars here.
I must be cursed. Nonsense. Your circumstances have improved markedly.
She's
You may not have enjoyed watching him die, but you enjoyed it more than you would have enjoyed being married to him. I can promise you that.
That's a fact.
The next one should be easier.
I need her around me all the time, like on my shoulder, as like you know, you have like conscience on your shoulder. Not so much that. I need her as like my perspective giver.
Dead. As the king, you will have to marry. Do you understand why?
The king needs a queen.
He's just he's disregarding Joffrey's existence at all. He's already warming him up to the job. I mean, this kid's way more of a kid. I mean, he doesn't even seem like a Lannister. It's almost bizarre.
Avenge him. Avenge our son.
The amount of sympathy I'm feeling is like, it's so zero that it's almost laughable. So fucked up. This is so weird and fucked up. This is what does it for you guys?
Golden Company. Never broken a contract. They sell swords. We're willing to use blood magic to put you on the throne, but we're not willing to pay men to fight.
If I do not press my claim will be forgotten. I will not become a page in someone else's history book. I'm running out of time, Sir Davos. Which means you're running out of time.
So he's got to get gold?
Your hatred for my family is rather well known. You arrive at the capital an expert in poisoning. Some days later, my grandson dies of poisoning.
Rather suspicious. Why haven't you thrown me in a dungeon?
There will be a trial for my son, and as custom dictates, 3 judges will render a verdict. I will preside. I would like you to be the 3rd. A wildling army marches on the wall, and in the east, a Targaryen girl has 3 dragons.
Oh, so you know it's real. What are you doing to get...
Before long, she will turn her eyes to Westeros.
And destroy you.
I would like to think, if I were arranging a royal assassination, I'd plan it in such a way that I wouldn't be standing there gawking like a fool when the king died.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way Tywin actually thinks he did it.
If I have to take that long walk to the executioner's block, I don't want to see your head already mounted.
My lord.
Tord, I am giving you an order. Go and find my brother and tell him I need him. Then get yourself out of King's Landing before it's too late.
Oh, man. Wow. Oh, Tyrion. One of the top
boils
scenes.
a potato better than your mum. She got...
hide.
You know how to get to Castle Black? I'm going to eat your dead mama, and I'm going to eat your dead papa. Go tell the crows at Castle Black.
We need to shore up Castle Black. And we need to defend the wall. That is our job.
He's just thinking about Ygritte right now. I want to root for Ygritte so bad, but then I see her killing the mother of a child. An innocent woman just being a mother. Next thing you know, arrow through the mother's head, and Ygritte. And she's been a wildling, like she's done that before, but I haven't seen it yet. So this is Marine.
I have something to say to the people of Marine. Do I have a champion?
Let me kill this man for you.
See the new guy in action.
Very well. We have quite an audience.
Is he just standing there? Can we get her out the way at least? Like, can she move to the side? Oh, job done. I wonder how many Game of Thrones fans learned Valerian. I'm sure some. I'm sure some people did. Oh. Chains, wrists to put on them. The Tyrion scene with me and the names. I just the Tyrion scene with the Squire, we'll call him the lover boy Squire, who by the way looks a lot to me anyway like Gendry. So like a couple times I had mixed him up with Gendry. I think the difference is Gendry has like a mustache, maybe like some peach fuzz or something like that, and that's otherwise they look like the same person. That was my favorite scene, the whole Tyrion's conversation with the Squire boy, the loyal Squire, and apparently so he'll talk to Jaime. I don't know how that's gonna go because Jaime seemed to have his brother's back up until Cersei tricked him, you know, with her body. Even though she thought she was just going to trick him with her kiss, her lips. Thought it might be that easy, but he went ahead and took the whole damn thing. Which is disturbing, obviously. You know, the show, it's a common theme. What can we do to disturb our audience as much as we can? Episode to episode, constantly. You know, let's have a brother rape a sister. Let's have this kid's mom get killed, and then we'll eat the mom. it's just like the norm at this point. Even though like it's still, you know. To be honest, the Daenerys stuff is starting to feel a little bit like filler, and I haven't felt that from this show. I haven't felt any filler so far, which has been like a huge compliment that I can make of this show. This is the first time we're in season 4, like to get this far and me have not felt any filler whatsoever at any point is pretty elite. It's got this show up there. Like, I can't wait to finish the show, let some time pass, and like see how I feel about where the show ranks amongst all the shows I've seen. The long-winded point here is that it's starting to feel like filler, because I get the relevance of it, right? She's gonna make her army even stronger. We're again seeing that she's freeing slaves, but we've seen that already, as she pointed out. So, and it's not that, I mean, she can keep doing it as she is doing, and it just makes her, it just, you know, verifies what we already think of her, what we already know her to be. But it's like I said, we've seen it. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what it does for the overall plot other than just take up some time in the episode, which is the definition of filler. And for the most part, I've enjoyed everything that I've gotten from her storyline very much. This is the first time where I've been like, okay. I love the Oberyn scene. God, I love the whole dynamic of Tywin moving chess pieces, which is something he constantly does to keep himself in front, just like the Robb stuff, which is still hard for me to even mention every time. But yeah, that whole him trying to get Doran on his side because he knows that Daenerys is coming, and that's a question I had. I didn't know if he actually believed that the dragons were real, but he does, as he said. He says he knows they're coming, and he needs to be as formidable as possible when they get there. So he needs Doran, and he's gonna give Oberyn. What's going to do basically what he can to get him on his side and Doran on his side. So that whole thing was really cool. And Oberyn's just a fantastic character. Iron Bank of Bravos. The Davos. This is why it's easy to get mixed up on these names. I got an idea talking to Stannis' daughter. My guess is going to borrow money from them to get those cell swords to fight for Stannis. And Stannis will be back in the game, back in the fight. Also, yeah, I completely forgot that he had done the dark magic to get to have Joffrey killed. So yeah, of course Joffrey died. So then the Father Greyjoy is the next, and I don't really, but that's fine. Like he feels less relevant to me than Robb and Joffrey as far as the list of people that were supposed to die. So okay, then. I do wonder where Gendry is. We sent him off on that little boat and haven't seen him since. Arya and the Hound. Bad news. Bad news. That was tough. It's not gonna, I actually thought their dynamic would work, but it's not gonna work with him carrying himself like that. I mean, that was, it was really bad. Like, she isn't gonna stick around for that stuff. She just won't. She's a Stark. Doesn't happen. Oh, and Sansa and Lord Baelish. Sansa's free, but this doesn't seem like freedom, obviously. So we'll see what situation she ends up in.
Do you remember your home?
Unsullied. Always unsullied. Before unsullied, nothing. Tovie ji derve samovita hime glezor espobilma.
Balshka.
Jibroji es bezi sator gonudo.
They brought some toys.
Ones caribus dari es kizo ote estuve aiskezi.
Easy.
Dori jimkotas te bajo jiva derve sombazi. Lujiebat.
This right here is very representative of who she is. All these kids running behind her, free.
Remind me, Ser Jorah, how many children did the great masters nail to mileposts?
Jesus.
163, Khaleesi.
Sometimes it is better to answer injustice with mercy.
I will answer injustice with justice.
Interesting. Is she gonna go 163 for 163? I mean, injustice with mercy. Who does that in this show? Not even the Starks did that. Is that her flag? Have we seen that yet? It's like a dragon, right?
Gren's a ranger. You're a steward. Maybe you forgot that while you were off with your wildling bitch. But I didn't.
Someone has to train them.
And that someone isn't you.
Bastard's well liked. You're not.
Well, you think I care if they like me? We're at war.
For now. But you can't be acting commander forever. There will be a choosing.
He didn't do it, Cersei.
You've always pitied him. Our poor little brother. He'd kill us all if he could.
No, that's never been his thing. Maybe if you got to know him for like a half a second.
That will be all, Lord Commander.
Word has it, I'm to be your bride.
This kid is like 7. Like, what is he supposed to do?
Did you know that people in arranged
with that information?
Often never meet until their wedding day.
Now that's a warrior right there.
Steel.
It's yours.
I can't accept.
It was reforged from Ned's dark sword. You'll use it to defend Ned Stark's daughter. Arya's probably dead too, but there's still a chance to find Sansa and get her somewhere safe. Something else for you.
Jamie, who are you?
He's a good lad. We'll get along.
You will. He might actually slow her down, but he's a good kid.
Compliments of Lord Tyrion. They say the best swords have names. Any idea?
Oathkeeper.
Name of the episode. Gotta maintain that oath she kept. This is my favorite Jamie moment. Actually,
Goodbye, Bran.
The hot tub moment was my favorite Jamie moment. This is my second favorite Jamie moment. He's staying true to what basically he told Lady Catelyn. I don't know how she's gonna find Sansa though. It's not like Sansa has her location on her iPhone turned on, where the guy had all the
Craster's Keep.
girls.
I'll sanction it, but I won't order anyone to go with you. Volunteers only.
He's gonna let him just go look for his brother while they have a war coming? I'm shocked by that. But I think he wants Jon to die, though.
I'm going to capture the mutineers holed up there. Or kill them. I'm asking for volunteers to come with me.
Gods. Gift for the gods. The gift for the gods.
What the fuck is that?
Craster's last child. A boy.
What am I supposed to do with him? What did Craster do with him?
It's cool to get to see this.
Jon might be here. If Jon was here, why would they put his wolf in a cage?
If I'm not back soon, we'll meet at...
Hold on.
This is nice.
Is Jon on his way yet?
Fine leather. Who are you?
Mind your business.
Who are you? A Brandon Stark! A Brandon Stark of Winterfell!
It's Jon Snow's brother.
Oh my god. And what do they do with these babies? No thank you. It's just gorgeous. This show is gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Are we gonna get to see like where they all reside? Or is this just where the babies get brought? What does that mean? I'm picturing a whole episode. I could watch and it's silence because I'm guessing they don't talk. So, or I haven't heard, if they do, I haven't heard it, but I'm guessing they don't. I could legitimately watch a whole episode, 50 minutes, however long, of just watching them do, it'd be scary, probably, just because they're so scary looking. But I could watch a whole episode of just following them around with nothing but the score, the ominous score going over it, and no dialogue. I could watch a whole episode just like that. Probably my biggest takeaway from this episode. A few other things. Mostly, it's cool. It's really cool actually to see Grey Worm and Missandre. Again, didn't fully capture the name, but Khaleesi's the girl, her kind of sidekick that's been with her for a while now, have their own scene. Haven't seen that from the show yet. And most of all, the takeaway also from Tommen just being more of a normal... I don't expect Tommen to be a long-term king in this show. There just doesn't feel like any... You know, I don't know why I even try and guess where the show's going to go. It's an impossibility. What's the point? Because in my head right now, it's hard to envision Tommen actually. I could see Tommen being a king temporarily, sure, but I just don't. It just feels like something much more drastic will happen at some point, because that's what happens in this show. And there's been no buildup of Tommen whatsoever, even though we're getting a couple scenes there with Marjorie and Tommen, her sneaking in the room with, you know, she's got her alternative motives, obviously. Interesting finding out that the grandmother is the one that was working with Baelish. Makes me want to rewatch some of the older scenes before he left and see if there's like hints in there, because he planted the necklace on Sansa, and that gave the grandmother access to the poison, and I'm assuming she just took it off the necklace or something and fed it to Joffrey in the wine. And yeah, and then the whole Jaime and Brienne thing is everything. It's everything. It's I still don't want to love Jaime, because Ned is still one of my favorite characters in this whole show. It's hard for me to not think about everything that happened in the first season plus. But man, if there ever is a redemption that works, they are doing it now. I need to see it keep happening, and I need to feel more affected continuously.
King of the Andals and the First Men, and Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
Man,
long may he reign.
Long may he reign. They really stick to protocol. This kid is a baby. That's what he's got Tywin for, I guess, huh? Oh boy.
The tide dispersed, and now the king is dead. 8,000 unsullied, 2,000 second sons, sailing into Blackwater Bay.
10,000 men can't conquer Westeros. From Yunkai. Without the Unsullied to enforce your rule, the wise masters have retaken control of the city. They've re-enslaved the freedmen who stayed behind and sworn to take revenge against you. You could sail for Westeros and leave it all behind. A boy sits on the Iron Throne, a boy many believe to be a bastard with no right to it.
How can I rule 7 kingdoms if I can't control Slaver's Bay? I will not sail for Westeros.
Yeah, I saw this is my only expectation of her.
I will do what queens do. I will rule.
I guess we'll see what that means specifically.
My flesh and blood.
Oh shit, so she knows who she is.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Lysa.
You mustn't call me that in front of anyone else.
Oh, of course I understand.
They made you marry that filthy troll.
Recall on.
They did. They made us both. Lord Tyrion didn't want to.
I don't believe that for a moment. Did he force himself on you?
No.
No one understands my guy Tyrion except
You're not to call her
Shay.
sons and...
He loves that fucking bloodline.
Arranging for the ascension of King.
What wife would do for you the things I've done for you? You gave me those drops and told me to pour them into John's wine.
Oh shit.
My husband's wine. When you told me to write a letter to Kat, telling her it was a Lannister.
I didn't expect that to come back around.
I'm warning you. I'm going to scream when my husband makes love to me.
Oh god. Tense.
I know you're building a strong case against Tyrion. And as a mother, that is your right. But as a judge, I cannot discuss the trial with you.
I respect that.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Go on, get it over with. Your list of doomed men.
The Hound.
Yeah. Yep. She doesn't like your actions, sir.
Lord Tyrion and I never...
asking about Tyrion. What have you let Peter do with your body?
Aunt Lysa, no,
Your young, pretty body.
Nothing, I'm a virgin.
Don't lie to me.
You're hurting me. He's never touched me, not once, not ever.
It's all right.
What good is power if you cannot protect the ones you love?
We can avenge them.
Oh, she knows that he's one of the judges, and she's trying to get in his head.
Tyrion murdered your son.
Is everyone else here? Where are the other guys?
You mustn't let anything stop you.
They already have stopped me.
At the hill. The great wheelwood tree.
You've seen it too.
We're only here to guide you.
There's a hut on the west side of the keep. We should steer clear of it.
Fuck. No, go straight to
There's
it.
some hounds chained up inside. Closer we can get without the dogs sniffing us, the better.
You motherfucker.
Saw you die tonight. I saw your body burn.
That's what the fire was? He
I
was
saw the snow fall and bury your bones.
envisioning it.
Here, the Night's Watch.
Fuck yes. Lead the way, John.
Rescue party's here, lads. Lady.
Is John with you?
Aye. I'll take you to him.
No. No, 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 no!
Hold on! A little crippled lord. You're going for a ride, boy.
John! John!
Oh my god, like the fucking Undertaker. Oh my gosh! Oh, his bone!
Hold on.
Holy shit! He's right there. Scream!
John!
I'll take you back to Castle Black. You have to decide. Do you want to find the three-eyed raven?
Oh my god, they're not gonna...
We need to go.
I'm so exhausted of this show. Bringing these siblings so close and then just ruining it every time. Ooh. You get your revenge, girl. Holy shit. Bran and Jon, it was so nice to see. I mean, I'm in pain continuously of these Starks not being able to, from Arya being on the verge, like, of seeing whether it's Robb and her mom, after her long journey, literally being right there when they were murdered, actually. She's right outside. She's just about to see them. So right here, Bran was just about to finally talk to Jon. At least she got to see Jon. At least he got to see Jon. That was probably the closest interaction we've had for these Starks since they've all split. Is it like an actual visualizer? Like he got to see Jon fighting, and it was like even a little bit emotional that you could kind of see him making the choice of, no, like Jon is my brother, he's gonna choose to try and protect me and take me back to the castle, but we've got to carry on finding this crow. So, and you can see him working through the emotions of knowing what he needs to go get done, but also understanding, like, damn, it kind of sucks, that's my brother over there. So like kind of looking at him like, at least I get to see you. But it's kind of sad. It's really sad because the only thing through my mind is like, is that the last time you're seeing your brother? Because that's what the show is at this point. That's the only thing I can think of when it comes to this show. Is that the last time you're seeing each other? Lord Baelish and Lysa killed Jon Arryn with poison. I'm a little foggy on all of the intentions. I'm sure if I need to go through all of these episodes at some point. And I'd like to do it before the show's actually over, just to enlighten myself on a couple other things. And I feel like that might give me a little bit of clarity on motivation more than anything. I get the, like, he loved Lysa's sister Catelyn, and her behavior. I mean, she, since the moment I met her, the couple times I met her a couple seasons ago, she was just a bizarre, not someone I want to root for person. And it's the same thing now. I don't expect her to be anyone I root for. I haven't ever rooted for Baelish, so the two of them kind of belong together in that regard. But I don't think Baelish has good intentions with her. I don't know. They're both terrible, so I don't know what to expect from that. I'm just gonna keep watching and see how that unfolds, because I am still a little bit, because if I get him poisoning Joffrey, kind of, because even though he's gone, but he said it himself. He had the whole speech the last episode about it's, not having certain people around him, and one of those people he didn't want to be was Joffrey, so that makes sense. His whole spiel in the last episode kind of explains why he wanted Joffrey out the picture, despite the fact that he's gone from there. And he used Sansa to do it all with the necklace and the poison and everything. So that part makes sense to me. Of course, use it like the grandmother. That makes the Tully. That makes perfect sense. She's so wise. She sees Joffrey for what he is. Why would she want Marjorie anywhere near Joffrey? Makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. But protecting Sansa. Why would he be so adamant to protect Sansa and bring her back? When is it just because he's got this sick hard-on for that whole Tully, Sansa, that part of Sansa, with Sansa, her mom, Sansa's aunt, that whole bloodline? He's just got a whole raging hard-on for all of them. Is it because it certainly wasn't her aunt Lysa. She didn't. I don't know if it's Lisa or Lysa, but she certainly. I refuse to believe that she insisted that you save Sansa. I don't know, but we have a lot more ground to cover, I think, now that we've got some Eerie. Now that we're gonna get some scenes in Eerie, so I'll wait for those to unfold. I love the Brienne stuff. I hope she gets to meet Jon, and I mean, those are probably, honestly, if I'm doing a new ranking with Robb until Lisa gone, I don't know where Ygritte is or where her situation is, but it's hard to watch her just killing people that don't deserve to be killed and consider her a favorite right now. So I need to not think so much about Jon and Ygritte. It's just gonna stress me out, because I had 3 love stories to root for and they're all gone. Jon and Ygritte demolished, Tyrion and Shay demolished, and I'm not even going to speak on the third one because it's going to bring some trauma back up. But I'd say my 3 favorite characters in this show right now, probably Jon. Jon's my favorite character in this show. Yeah. Tyrion, and probably Brienne. I'd say Brienne. Yeah, it's those 3 for sure. Yep. And I can go 4th and 5th, but I think they'd be pretty distant. We can go Arya 4th. It feels like Arya's been on a lot of the same sort of path now for a while. So, I mean, a couple different things have happened with her, just as far as she killed her first person, got a little bit of a taste for it. She's got, she saw her goddamn brother's head beheading, and the afterwards, and the wolf being stitched on it and all that. So that traumatized her a bit, and that created a bit of a character arc in her, a bit of a change. But at the same time, she's still compassionate Arya. She still hates that the Hound tricked those people that were trying to help them and ended up robbing from them. She doesn't want any. She wants him dead now. She wanted him dead, but she's making it clear, You need to be dead too. Still love Arya. Love Arya. But yeah, she hasn't had the character, like maybe the screen, it's just as simple as screen time. I think she just hasn't been on screen as much as Jon, Tyrion, and I guess Brienne. She has outscreened Brienne, but like Brienne's character arc in the short amount of time we've had her has been so oppressive, and and I feel like she's headed for big things right now. So, and being involved with the whole Jaime situation, if you get such a terrible character like that, if you're Brienne's kind of the reason for Jaime's turnaround here, and that's significant to be a character that is the reason for that. For someone who was so hated early on by me anyway. And now I certainly hate him a lot less, and I'm still trying to figure out how I fully feel about him. That's impressive. So Brienne's got a lot of points for that. So I've got Arya 4th, and if I'm gonna go with a 5, I want to say Ygritte's so bad. The whole situation is just like maximum stress. I could go Bran. I'm going to sit on this one. I'm going to sit on 5. You got my top 4. Besides the Khaleesi thing, I kind of talked about it while it was happening, but I didn't expect her to just carry on. Like she's going to, and I totally understand, like these things go away after you thought you handled them. If you want to feel like you are the leader you want to be, if you have any sort of power, you're going to go back and handle them, but make sure they're actually handled for good. And that's what she said. She's going to rule. I'm curious to see what that means. I feel like it's going to mean some pretty serious aggression on her part, like some she might have to pull the dragons out, who we haven't seen in a little bit, so I'm excited to see that. Bran controlling Hodor. I've only seen him control Hodor so far. Maybe that's the only person he can control. For me, I was like, I forgot the guy whose neck got snapped, which is crazy, by the way, his name. But in my head, I was like, he's going to control that guy. He's going to control that guy. And he controlled Hodor instead. So now I'm wondering if he can only control Hodor, if he can control other people. I'm curious to see how that works itself out. Oh my God. Look at that statue as an entrance. That's...
Your Grace, if you'd like to sit.
It's architecture right there.
We've been here since midday.
Oh, yes, that's right. The Iron Bank.
You feel your blood gives you a claim on our gold.
More than any man living.
Across the narrow sea, your books are filled with words like usurper and madman.
This is the payment that was demanded by King Stannis for my crimes. I consider it an honest accounting. He's an honest man, and he's your best chance to get back the money you've sunk into Westeros. Which is a lot, I imagine. Wars are expensive. Only one reliable leader left in Westeros. Stannis.
He's so rational, the bank teller guy.
Right? He's in his prime. He's a tried and tested battle commander, and he doesn't just talk about paying people back, he does it. I'll see you at sunrise.
So that little speech that he gave, did it? I wish I could go into a bank.
I give you
give a little
full moon
speech,
to order all Ironborn scum
and that puts them over the top to make their decision.
And they mutilated my brother, your prince. Your prince. Everything they've done to him, they've also done to you.
Holy fuck. We're doing this right now? What the fuck? Leave him in there for now.
Make for the ship, now.
Your brother!
My brother's dead.
Oh, shit.
I didn't want them to take me. I was so scared. I didn't want them.
Yes, Rick. I need you to play a role.
Pretend to be himself and go...
To pretend to be someone you're not.
And go back home and be like the inside man or whatever. This is fucking sick and twisted.
Theon Greyjoy.
Oh. That dragon is so badass. It's obviously so much bigger.
It was your dragons, he says. They came this morning for his flock.
Oh shit.
He hopes he has not offended your grace.
I cannot bring back his goats, but I will see he has paid their value 3 times over.
I mean, she can't control those dragons. We saw she can only control those dragons so much.
Send the next one in. Your father crucified innocent children.
My father spoke out against crucifying those children. He decried it as a criminal act, but was overruled. Is it justice to answer one crime with another? My father and 162 noble Miranese are still nailed to those posts, carrion for vultures, rotting in the sun.
Bury your father.
That's gonna start a... She wants to make the right choices, but they do have consequences. It's not always as simple as it seems. Which is...
These meetings aren't always going to
very realistic as far as some aspects of government do go.
Really? Father's orders.
If this show...
We mustn't disappoint Father.
...kills Tyrion... Oh, we're getting right into it.
Did you kill King Joffrey?
No.
How would you say he died, then?
Choked on his pigeon pie.
So you would blame the bakers?
Or the pigeons, just leave me out of it.
Right here, in this throne room. He marched up those steps and called our king a halfwit.
Well, have you...
Compared his grace to the mad king and suggested he'd meet the same fate.
Oh, why don't you tell them what Joffrey was doing?
Exactly. Where's the context?
Stark while you tore at her clothes and beat her.
Silence!
I will hurt you for this. A day will come when you think you are safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth, and you'll know the debt is paid.
Your own brother said this to you.
After we received word of Robb Stark's death, he didn't seem gladdened by the news. Perhaps his marriage to Sansa Stark had made him more sympathetic to the Northern.
What is going on? You guys have some real great memories. A 1-hour adjournment.
Condemn your own son to death.
I've condemned no one. The trial is not over.
This isn't a trial, it's a farce. Cersei has manipulated everything, and you know it.
I know nothing of the sort.
You've always hated Tyrion.
He killed his king.
As did I. You're going to be found guilty.
Oh, you think so?
And when you are, you need to enter a formal plea for mercy and ask to be sent to the wall. Father's agreed to it. He'll spare your life and allow you to join the Night's Watch. Do you trust me? Keep your mouth shut. No more outbursts. This will all be over soon.
Oh, she's gonna lose her shit. Tywin doesn't care about that as long as he has Jaime have more kids. Shay. It's Shay. His face would only do that for her.
I know that he's guilty. He and Sansa planned together.
Silence!
Possibly know all this. Why would he reveal such plans to his wife's maid?
Great question, Oberyn.
I was his whore. You belong to me now, he said.
I'm so stressed.
I want you to fuck me like it's my last night in this world.
Yeah, all this is that part's true. Those parts are true.
Did I what?
Oberyn gets off.
Fuck him like it was his last night in this world.
Oberyn needs to know that part so he can use that later on.
I did everything you wanted. I took his face in my hands and said, I am yours and you are mine.
This is wild.
Shay, I wish to confess. I saved this city and all your worthless lives. I should have let Stannis kill you all.
Tyrion!
I'm guilty.
You admit you poisoned the king?
No. Of that I'm innocent. I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You're not on trial for being a dwarf.
I've been on trial for that my entire life. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it.
Samarin!
I was seriously speechless in those last few minutes. Okay, you know what is insane to me is that there would when Breaking Bad was on the air, they were always being nominated for Emmys. Yes, Emmys. And they won like a lot of them. And I know that Bryan Cranston won a bunch for lead actor. Aaron Paul won a bunch for supporting actor in a series. Breaking Bad was happening at the same time as Game of Thrones. And Breaking Bad is my favorite show ever, and I was watching it, and I wasn't watching Game of Thrones because I just wasn't, for no particular reason. And I was such a huge Breaking Bad fan, and of course, when you're such a hardcore fan of something, you kind of just, especially at that point where, you know, I was a lot younger and sort of had a bit more tunnel vision when it came to the content I was absorbing, and not really like thinking so much about the other stuff going on, where it's in my head I was like, how could anyone besides Aaron Paul win for playing Jesse on Breaking Bad? He's the greatest. That's because that's all I was watching. And he certainly deserved what I mean, guy, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, what are you doing? Go watch it right now. It's probably the best show ever made. But he didn't win every year. I think he won 3 times for Best Supporting Actor. I'm talking about Aaron Paul here. But there were Breaking Bad had 5 seasons. So that means he lost twice. I'm pretty sure at least one of those times, it might have been both times, but at least one of those times, he lost to Peter Dinklage. That's why I know who Peter Dinklage is going into this show, because at the Emmys, he was always nominated alongside Aaron Paul. He was the one constant alongside Aaron Paul. And he definitely won at least one of the ones that Aaron lost, maybe both. That's why he's always stuck out to me as someone that I remember. And at the time, it's always like, oh, damn, Aaron lose. How could he lose? But, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. At the time, it's like, you move on quickly. Long story short, this is all to say that I totally understand why Peter Dinklage won that Emmy that he won. At least that one. He may have more than that one. I certainly understand why he was always nominated, that's for sure. Because he is fantastic in this role as Tyrion. He is wow. I mean, talk about just owning the role and stepping up to the moment when it's called for. I mean, he was and he's had like an arc, you know. He's introduced and he's just like sleeping with all these girls and drinking his wine. He's just kind of like this dwarf, kind of having fun and making the most of his life and his life as a Lannister, and just kind of introduced, and it feels all very comical, like, you know, everything involved with him just sleeping with someone right away and drinking and with everything going on. But then there's like a serious arc with him where you learn he's actually really smart, and then you learn all of his baggage, and you learn about the serious damage that his father has done to him, all, you know, when he talks about his first wife and that whole fucked up situation. Then you go through the emotional roller coaster of him meeting Shay and everything involved in that, and how he gave himself to her after everything, you know, after what we've seen from him so far, being such an important part of the battle, which is true. They're not all alive if it's not for him. He rallied everyone together at that battle. And what do they call that battle? Dark water, I forget, and then I hear the word for it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, yes, the battle. I just remember the battle where Stannis lost. Even this season, where it's felt like pretty much ever since he's been forced to marry Sansa, he's been in sort of this rut of like just drinking a lot, obviously, understandably so, because it's a situation he doesn't want to be in, but not a whole lot more to the character than just that. And it's just that, and then we're focused on a lot of other stuff going on in the show as opposed to kind of developing his arc anymore. And then we get here, and it's sort of like you get this huge moment for him after being in this straight-lined situation he's been in for a while, where he puts on what I think is his best performance of the whole show. And that's saying a lot, because he has been, to me, one of, if not the highlight of the show from an acting perspective. Everyone in the show is so tremendous, but he's as good as anyone else, is just as far as portraying his character. I mean, what he takes you through from his face when Shay's walking in, you don't even know it's Shay, but you know it is because of the face he makes, to the range of emotions where he knows all he has to do is do what Jamie said. He trusts Jamie, but it's not the justice he's looking for, because he's not gonna let his life go for Joffrey. But then he tells the truth. I mean, it's the truth, that he would have killed Joffrey if he could, because that's the right thing to do. Joffrey needed to die, but he won't admit to that because that's not what happened. And it was so interesting in everyone's testimonies, because all the words they were using are true. Everything that was being said is accurate. It's all, but like, as far as them quoting the things that he was saying, the context of all of it is complete lies, though, and it's just not. It's not true. I mean, a few, like Varys wasn't lying really, but the whole Shay thing was a lie. She literally just said a whole bunch of bullshit, and so did a couple others. But all of the quotations were completely true. It was interesting hearing that weaved into all the lies in a different context. Also, pretty mind blowing, because Tywin completely orchestrated that whole thing. Everyone's testimony, everything, probably even Shay, completely orchestrated by Tywin. Because the moment that Jamie sort of, opens the door for what Tywin really wants, he just unloads like, yeah, I've had this ready to go, because I knew that this is what the deal we were going to come to, because I knew I pretty much have Tyrion painted to a corner. I know that you want his life spared, so my instinct is to just call this episode the best episode of the season, because it certainly feels that way.
I made a deal for you, to keep your ungrateful head on your ungrateful neck a little while longer.
You got emotional.
What am I grateful for? The opportunity to live and die at the Wall as punishment for a crime I did not commit.
You threw your life away. You threw it away.
I couldn't listen to her.
Yeah, that
standing there telling her lies.
That was it right there.
I couldn't do it.
That broke it for him.
You fell in love with a whore.
Yet I was stupid enough to think that she had fallen in love with me.
She definitely did.
That deal you made, it was everything Father wanted. He gets you back as his heir, the future Lord of the Rock, and he ships me off to Castle Black, out of sight at last. Don't give up on me just yet. I survived one trial by combat, even though you weren't there to save me.
I can't save you this time either. It is tempting.
So go like suicide, basically. At this point, what is he really living for, right? Jamie, that is. I think he's still figuring that out.
Who does Cersei plan on naming as a champion? I hope it's Samarin Trant.
Not Samarin.
Who? Who's scary? This guy? She's like an NBA scout trying to find the best player in the draft.
Sir Gregor, welcome to the capital.
I've heard that name before.
Thank you.
And in all those centuries, we have never sealed the tunnel.
Have you ever seen a giant, Sir Alistair? I have. The tunnel's gate won't stop them.
Well, so why'd you come down here?
I like you. Pampered little shit that you are. I just like myself more.
I understand.
Wow.
We had some good days together.
Yes, we did.
You see him.
What will you do?
He's petrified.
I'll have to kill the mountain myself. Won't that make for a great song?
There's no way. That's not gonna...
I hope to hear them sing it one day.
When we set sail, your daughter must be with us.
Why?
The Lord needs her.
Oh my god. Leave that girl. Let her read her books in her tower.
She's in a good mood.
Oh boy. Jealousy is about to kick in.
That is why I've ordered Dario to execute every master in Yunkai. The masters tear babies from their mothers' arms. They mutilate little boys by the thousands.
I wouldn't be here to help you if Ned Stark had done to me what you want to do to the masters of Yunkai.
They can live in my new world, or they can die in their old one.
That's what you wanted, right?
Go and catch Dario before he leaves.
Okay.
Tell him I changed my mind.
It was just like you said a while back. Pressed me to the fire like I was a nice, juicy mutton chop.
They both got big-time family issues, except for different reasons. Everyone in her family just keeps dying.
Cersei approached me. It is rare to meet a Lannister who shares my enthusiasm for dead Lannisters. Our father brought me and my sister Elia with him on a visit to Casterly Rock. I didn't like anything about the rock. The biggest disappointment, you. All anyone talked about was the monster that had been born to Tywin Lannister. Took us to your nursery and unveiled the freak.
And he was disappointed because he wasn't an actual freak.
Your head was a bit large. No red eye, no tail between your legs. Just
not a monster.
Tiny pink cock. That's not a monster, I told Cersei. That's just a baby.
It's a great dialogue.
And she said he killed my mother. And she pinched your little cock so hard I thought she might pull it off.
What the
Until your brother made her stop. I want to bring those who have wronged me to justice. I will begin with Sir Gregor Clegane, who killed my sister's children and then raped her with their blood still on his hands.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight.
I will be your champion.
And he's so yeah. Everything's in it for him because he gets his revenge by doing it. Because I didn't even, if they mentioned that Gregor was the one that killed, I didn't remember. Well, welcome to Joffrey Part 2. Yeah, get you go, Sansa. It's about time.
Robin, I'm sorry. Why did you really kill Joffrey?
I loved your mother more than you could ever know. Given the opportunity, what do we do to those who've hurt the ones we love?
Oh, wow, because he killed Ned? Why are you so close to her? Oh, okay. Alright. No thanks.
You're more beautiful than she ever was.
Now this is Juno. What the fuck, man? And there she goes, and she's gonna make you fly.
Come here, Sansa.
There it is.
Little whore. You kissed him. You kissed Peter.
I didn't. You don't understand.
I saw you. Down.
Lysa! Let her go.
Why did you bring her here? Why?
I'll send her away. I swear on my life.
He's about to kill her. This is like...
Let her go, Lysa.
This is like Real Housewives of insert city. I never watched those shows, but I get the gist.
Oh, my sweet wife.
Rest in peace, Lysa. Stand her up.
I have only loved one woman.
That's Catelyn.
My entire life.
Catelyn Stark.
Your sister.
Yeah. That's the end of the episode. I saw that coming the second that pretty much as soon as I knew she wasn't going to kill Sansa. I knew she would threaten her but not actually do it. But the second you heard you see the subtitle Littlefinger and you know he's approaching, pretty much right there. I'm like, oh, he's gonna have to kill her. Actually, no. Once he said, "I'll send her away," that's when it hit me. Actually, it wasn't right when he approached. Is when he said, "I'll send her away." Well, he's not gonna do that because he's a fucking creep in his own right. Now, I don't know if he kissed Sansa to like knowing that Lysa was watching, because it felt very like obvious that she was watching. Like she wasn't even sneak. She was like just standing up there. And yeah, so and it felt like something that he would be. He's so sneaky and devilish and does shit behind people's backs so consistently that it seems like he would be aware of someone else, very non-stealthily watching what he's doing. So I felt like he knew that she was watching, did that, maybe knew that that would put her in a position where she would be threatening Sansa by that little circular drop death thing, and knew he could get her in that spot to push her down. And that's the beauty of a show like this that's developed Lord Baelish for this long, 4 seasons in now, where he's clever enough to that point and conniving enough to plot something like that out. So typically if you don't build a character that deeply, you're not thinking that deeply into it, but this show would definitely do that. The whole what's interesting about this show, one of the things about this show is and it's not a complaint whatsoever. It's gonna sound like a complaint, but it's not. There's information overload sometimes, and you guys know, I feel like I mentioned that before. And one of the things, because whether it was the last episode or the one before that, where they're talking about Baelish and Lysa are the ones that poisoned Jon Arryn and killed him. When they said that, I was just kind of, I don't know if that was supposed to be oh wow, it was dumb, and I was supposed to feel what a revelation. Part of that is because the show gives you so much, and it's felt like a while since we revisited that situation in total. So so that being brought up in the last episode, it got brought up again here when she said, I lied for you, and what they killed my this, killed my that, killed my husband, killed my sister, everyone she said she killed for him. It's just I'm just kind of yeah, that's right, that did happen. Again, I'm reminded, oh yeah. I guess I'm also just so focused on the now and the present and what's happening now. So does he actually want Sansa? That's a real question. Or was that part of his plan to kill Lysa? Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he does want Sansa. He's creepy enough to, go for the kiss there. But I say creepy enough, and it's normalized in this world. It's regular. So as far as the Game of Thrones, the show goes, I guess that's actually not. That's probably the 60th weirdest thing I've seen on this show. There's the 60th most uncomfortable, most odd thing I've seen on this show. What's Pedro's name in this show? Prince Oberyn fighting for Tyrion to be his champion. Fighting Gregor, who I don't remember. Have I seen Gregor before? Because I've heard the mountain reference several times, and now I officially am aware, officially that he is the mountain. It's definitely been mentioned a few times. I don't know if he was someone that was in one of the first season. I can't recall, but obviously I see him here. He's incredibly intimidating, and our guy Oberyn is going to get his revenge. I hope so. Anyway, obviously I can't envision him dying, because not only would you kill him, then we lose Tyrion as well, and we lose 2 just tremendous characters right away. It's so fantastic how you can have these scenes with these 2 characters. This show is really good at this. Think about the scene with Jaime and Brienne, right, when they're in that hot tub sauna area. Just 2 people having a dialogue, and it's so effective. Such a great scene. One of my favorite scenes this whole show has ever had. Again, in this episode, another one of my favorite scenes the show has had. The dialogue between Tyrion and Oberyn in his little cell area. Just talking about the first time he met Tyrion and how he wasn't the monster he expected. And that dialogue, again, tremendous. And this show does it all the time. Just constantly just 2-person dialogue that you just get so transfixed in. That's the writing and the acting, of course. A bit of snogging in the alleyway. Looks like Snape on a horse. She's got some kind of energy. She's got like a
Your baby was crying this morning.
Bellatrix energy. I know. I'll stop the Harry Potter references eventually. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Don't. Holy fuck, don't do that. Don't do it. You're redeemable, kind of, right now.
Remember what you are and what you're not. Bring me Moat Cailin.
The Theon is his actor is really good at playing. He's been doing this for a while now, where he's been playing Reek and just been playing this torn down shell of a human.
If we yield, we live. Is that what it says on this paper here?
Yes. Have your men raise the white flag and open the gates. You're going home.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't really think I'd let them go, did you?
My aunt was a jealous lady. She was terrified that Lord Baelish didn't love her anymore, that he would abandon her for a younger woman. She said she didn't want to live anymore. She stood on the edge of that moon door. He tried to reason with her, promised her she was the only one he had ever loved, but stepped through those doors and she was...
She is turning from the caterpillar to the butterfly. She's just unlocked right here.
You could see it in
This
the
is a
way
new
she
level
raised
for
that
her.
boy.
She finally gets some control over her own life.
A royal pardon. Signed by Robert Baratheon. You spied on her.
Who gave you this?
Does it matter?
Let me speak with her in private.
You'll never be alone with her again.
This is the work of Tywin Lannister. He wants to divide us. If we're fighting each other, we're not fighting him.
The pardon was signed the year we met. Why were you pardoned? Unless you're saying this document was forged?
I sent letters to Varys, the spy master of King's Landing. Information.
What information?
When you and Viserys arrived in Pentos. His plan to marry you to Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
Did you tell them I was carrying Drogo's
That's
child?
how we found out, like, way early on in season 1. Oh, yeah,
You
that makes sense.
betrayed me. From the first.
Forgive me.
I feel like it's not that black and white at this point.
Go back to your masters in King's Landing. Collect your pardon, if you can.
Varys, please.
Don't ever presume to touch me again or speak my name. You have until dusk to collect your things.
Is he not snowing?
Until your last day.
Is he not
You are
snowing?
Ramsay Bolton.
He's Bolton now
Son
officially?
of Roose Bolton, Warden of the North.
Because he got him some land? I guess that's like a birth certificate
I will
now.
be worthy of you, father. I promise.
Why couldn't Jon Snow become Stark? Why couldn't they just give him a birth certificate?
Come, Reek. I'll be needing a bath.
Oh, he's gonna be so much worse than he was before. Look at the way she's shot up there, you know, as if she's some sort of royalty. Look at her. She's got like a new walk, a new swag to her.
I always drink before a fight.
It could get you killed. It could get me killed.
Today is not the day I die.
There's a lot of confidence here. Okay. A lot of showboating.
I am the brother of Elia Martell.
Oh shit.
And do you know why I've come all the way to this stinking shit pile of a city? I'm going to hear you confess before you die. You raped my sister.
Oh shit!
You raped her! You murdered her!
You see the little smile from Jamie?
Are you dying? No, you can't die yet. You haven't confessed. Elia Martell, who gave you the order? Who gave you the order?
Say her name! You raped her! Say it!
No, no, no. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Tyrion Lannister, you're hereby sentenced to death.
What the fuck was that? I need a minute. Okay, so obviously I have a lot of thoughts, but my eagerness to watch the next episode far outweighs my eagerness to speak my thoughts.
So what's it like? There's this person, this whole other person.
Don't make me sad.
And you're wrapped up in them. They're wrapped up in you. For a little while, you're more than just you. Well, I don't know. I'm not a bleeding poet. No, you're really not.
I know he said he's not a poet, but I thought he worded it quite romantically. For a little while, you're more than you. This other person makes you feel like more than you, and you get this shot of him, this lingering shot on him, sort of showing us that, yeah, he still feels this love from her.
When they came up here to our land and put up a big wall and said it was theirs, then they started hunting us down. We're the ones doing the hunting.
She's so hurt. She's so hurt.
Got a lot to say about killing. Even more words than arrows.
And not one of your bald friends is fast enough to stop me.
I love her accent.
We should have sealed the tunnel while we had the chance. Like you suggested.
It doesn't do you any good right now.
Difficult decision either way, sir.
Cool. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Talk about character growth. What a fucking mess.
Light them up.
Whatever that is.
Those are giants riding mammoths down there.
Mammoths, there it is.
Cold raw steel's gonna stop them.
No such thing as giants. A story for the children.
What?
Archers! Knock your arrows!
It's leader time. It's Jon Snow, the leader time. They're just so cool. It's such a cool addition to a show that was already so great. Oh. Boss match. I genuinely don't know who's gonna come out on top here.
I gathered. Now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death.
Is he just gonna bust right through it?
The night's watch. For this night.
He's gonna get it.
All the nights to come.
Okay, I need to say this now because of what happened to Rob. If Jon dies here, I don't know if I can take any more. Fuck. Do you see him? Tell me you see him. I hear the swords. Wolf, where's Wolf? No. Fuck, no. Are you? Enough is enough with this show. I'm so mad. I don't even know what to say. I couldn't. It's like I can't take anymore. That's what it is. I don't really want to watch this.
No. Do you remember that cave? We should have stayed in that cave.
We'll go back there.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Norman, it's over. Let it end. This is how a man ends.
It's my fault. It's my fault, and I definitely understand that. I know everything's on the table, but I think I just wanted it so bad. I wanted the I guess I seriously convinced myself that because Rob and Talisa didn't work out in the most devastating way possible, obviously, that I'd catch a break somewhere else. I seriously thought that. And I also didn't even think about her dying, not even for a second. And again, that's my fault again. It's because like I couldn't even spend a moment thinking about Jon killing her, because to me that wasn't even going to be an option. It was going to be a situation where she would be in a position to kill him, which is what happened. She had the chance. And the only thing that would have happened there is she either killed him or didn't, and I wouldn't. No other situation could go through my head. So for her to be killed there wasn't even a possibility. Let alone by the kid. I don't even care who did it. It's just that it happened, and yeah, it was the kid, and Sam told him to grab a weapon. So that's where that it. Not that it's Sam's fault, but. That's why the kid has a weapon, and it kind of came out of nowhere, because she saves, is it Jilly or Gilly? She saves her, and it's like it gives you a moment of, she's redeemable from the standpoint of maybe when she does get to Jon, there will be the part of her that won't just jump straight into bloody murder on Jon. A little Easter egg of her when she was talking to one of the cannibals. She said, "Jon Snow is mine," and yeah, it's meant to be like mine to kill. But I felt like it was an Easter egg for us to take it as. When I say us, I mean the idiots that watch the show like me, not the idiots like me who have hope, is what I should say. The hopeful people that watch the show are the idiots. I'm one of them. And I think I'm not. I feel like I was gonna say that part of me is crushed forever, but I can't even say that, because this is how I am with everything. This is how I was every show I've ever watched. This is how I've been. And like I've watched shows that have killed off major people. So, and every time it happens, it's demoralizing. I just attach myself so much to characters, and it's I wanted John and Ygritte to happen so bad. This is why I don't watch TV shows. This is why I never saw this show, because I don't go out of my way to watch new TV shows because I can't handle stuff like this. On the bright, there's no bright side. On the logical side, I am able to look forward and know that I'm still going to, like, my mind right now is telling me I'm just emotionally drained with this show. Even though it's an incredible show. But that's where the logic sets in, and it goes, I know I'm going to be able to keep watching and just find the show mesmerizing, you know? Visually stunning, continually character driven. Okay, I'm not even making sense. I'm probably not making any sense. I want to watch the finale, but like my head is in such a messed up spot right now after that. R.I.P. Ygritte. This show's not fair.
Hound ordered me to join your army and bring back whatever information I could to Castle Black. He made me kill him so you'd trust me. I was loyal. To him and to my Night's Watch vows.
True.
All your vows.
She's dead.
You're doing?
It's too calm. He's being way too forgiving and understanding.
You did well. Fought hard. Killed some of our strongest men. You want to strike a bargain with me? Here's the bargain. You go back, you open the gates to us, and I swear to you that no one else will die.
You're attacking us!
No. It's like you said, we don't have the men.
Wow. Oh my god, look at that. What a shot.
You're the king beyond the wall. Do you know who I am?
Never had the pleasure.
This is Stannis Baratheon, the one true king of the Seven Kingdom.
I'm not here to slaughter beat dogs. Their fate depends on their king.
He wants them on his side.
All the same. We did not kneel.
I know he's the king. My father died for him.
Oh! Oh!
My name is Jon Snow, Your Grace. I'm Ned Stark's son. But he spared my life. I think my father would have taken him prisoner. Listen to what he had to say.
Very well, then. Take him.
May I ask what you think you're doing?
Saving him.
Your Grace.
With what?
I wish it were otherwise, but Sir Gregor is beyond saving. Well beyond. This man is not even a maester.
And you will marry Loras Tyrell as soon as Tommen marries Marjorie.
I will not.
Jaime cannot marry or inherit lands. Tyrion's sentence will be carried out tomorrow.
It better not be.
Your role in that future is more vital now than it ever was.
Joffrey is dead. Marcella's been sold like livestock, and now you want to ship me off to Highgarden and steal my boy. My last boy. I'll tell everyone the truth.
About
what truth would that be?
About Jaime? Oh.
You don't know, do you?
Fuck.
How is that possible? We were right there in front of you and you didn't see us.
Oh my god.
One look in the past 20 years. One real look at your own children and you would have known everything they say of me.
No.
Your legacy is a lie.
No. I don't believe you.
Go on the Mari show.
I would do things for my family you couldn't imagine.
Tyrion is your family.
He's not.
You don't get to choose.
I do, so do you. I choose you.
Those are words.
Yes. Like the ones I just said to Father. I told him.
Told him what?
I told him about us. My lover.
Ugh.
People will whisper, they'll make their jokes, let them.
You would think 4 seasons in I'd be less grossed out, but
I only see what matters.
he can't feel that. Jamie is such a sucker. She's literally just protecting her son. She doesn't like that she has to do this. They don't even know. Wow. Wow. It's like if you have a dog that's too aggressive and hurts some, you know. What about the big one, though? She lured them in there and then chained them up. And they trusted her. Oh my god, not her in the fire. Stay away from John. Stay far away.
Snow, did you love her?
Come on.
She loved you.
Come on. Come on.
She told you?
I'm trying to move on.
No. All she ever talked about was killing.
I'm trying to move on.
That's how I know.
I mean, just again, wow, this whole season's on a different level. So we're not gonna get up. What? What is happening? What are these things? It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Come with me, Brandon Stark.
You're the three-eyed raven.
Morning.
The two most badass people in this whole show.
I like your sword.
And John.
You want something?
Yes.
Let's send Uncle again. The Hound.
I swore to your mother I would bring you home to her.
My mother's dead.
I know. I wish I could have been there to protect her.
Fancy sword you got there.
This would be a hell of a fight, by the way.
Where'd you get it?
Jaime Lannister gave me
It's her father's.
The bloody gate's 10 miles.
Show her the
I swore
sword.
to your mother by the old
I
gods
don't
and the
care
new.
what you swore.
You had the girl. She's not coming with you.
I definitely don't want Brienne to die, but I don't want the Hound to die either.
I have no wish to kill you, sir.
Oh, stop! This guy is a madman. Like an actual.
But not tonight.
Just one person killed the other already.
Arya! Arya!
You still here?
Oh, that might be it.
Fuck it. I'm ready. Go on, girl. Another name off your list. Your pretty sister. I should have taken her.
You don't mean that.
I should have fucked her bloody.
He saved her.
Do it. Kill me.
He's gonna leave him to die slow and in pain.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? The galley's waiting in the bay bound for the Free City.
Who's helping you?
Faris.
I'm so glad that he didn't get hypnotized by Cersei's Pussycat.
Twice and twice again.
No, that's not where he was supposed to go. What is he doing? Is that Cersei or Shay?
My lion.
Tywin? Are you?
I'm sorry.
The show doesn't give a fuck about romance whatsoever. Tywin, my lion. How fucked up.
Tyrion. It's given you pleasure, hasn't
All
it?
my life, you've wanted me dead.
Yes. But you refused to die. I respect that.
Shut up.
You're my son.
Come on, you can do it, Tyrion.
I loved her.
Who?
Shay.
Put down that crossbow.
Murdered her.
She was a whore.
Say that word again.
And what?
You knew I didn't poison Joffrey, but you sentenced me all the same. Why?
Enough.
I can't go back there. She's in there.
Are you afraid of a dead whore?
Fucking did it.
You're no son of mine.
He never was to you.
I have always been your son.
That's the coin that.
How did you?
That guy. Yeah, that guy gave her.
You shall have a cabin.
It's just, the show is so beautiful. I almost want to start watching the show. Like, I watch it on a computer screen. I watch it on a decent size screen, but I want to watch it like on a big screen, because this season, oh my goodness, the landscapes and the landmarks and just everything I've said over and over again. Okay, what a finale. Let's put this together. Okay, so here's the thing. After Ygritte, which is the last episode, which is an hour ago, I was demoralized. Yeah, Talisa and Rob hurt more. It hurt more because it's the both of them, and then Catelyn. Yeah, of course it hurt more. But I was holding on to the hope of that so much because I had lost that. So something about it made it feel like I had nothing left. Like I had no hope left. Here's the thing. The show is incredible. So you just watch the next episode and you'll be quickly reminded, oh yeah, there's a lot more to watch for than that one thing you were rooting for really, really hard. And yeah, I was rooting for that really, really hard with all my heart. Guys, I had visions of Ygritte and Jon growing old together and having children and I am yours and you are mine and just after everything they've been through and just completely, rebelling against both of their own systems and coming together, and just seriously had visions of that. And I was like, the show's already, been so harsh to me. Why? That's a possibility. I might be able to get that. We've all been, as fans, hurt enough. Why can't I get that? It's possible. And I kept telling myself that, and then I continue to learn my lesson constantly. She's gone. She's dead. This show is so good that it's I guess it's all right. It's not all right, but it's all right. It's all right just as far as it's okay to keep going. Wow. What an episode. And okay. All right, let's try and compartmentalize here. I have no clue where Arya's going. She's going to the Wall. I assume because she gave him that coin, it's apparently very significant because he is a resident. He said he's going home. He's a resident of Braavos, and obviously, like, there's that guy is very significant to Braavos, and the guy she got the coin from. I assume he's going to take her to the wall. I assume she wants to go there to see Jon. I assume. Say assume over and over again. Then again, she has been on the cusps of Robb, her mom, you know, her dad when he was originally beheaded. Her sister Sansa, she's right at the gate. She finds out her aunt's dead, and at this point, it's just laughable, right? So yeah, I certainly cannot expect her to just get to the wall and then see Jon and everything's all good, because the show doesn't give me that. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see it. As far as Jon goes, speaking of Jon, the whole Jon Stannis, I mean, Jon's a member of the Night's Watch, so he's not going to go with Stannis anywhere. He's not going to leave the wall. But Stannis has control of all the wildlings now. My assumption is Stannis just makes the wildlings fight for him in his war for the throne, takes them all to King's Landing. I don't really know if that's going to be a thing, because it sounds like the wildlings would rather die than do that, you know, than fight for something besides themselves. So I don't know what's going to happen. What I will say is that Jon, I'm not surprised by anything he said when he said, my father would show him mercy, Mance Rayder, because he showed me mercy. But there's also a part of Ned that is like very practical, in the sense of I would also, like, they could also turn again, like, they're so dangerous, I'd burn them all tonight. And whether Ned would actually go that far, I don't know, but I do think Ned could see an immediate threat like that in the moment. And Jon is his father's son. I feel like I said that about Robb before too. I think Jon's to an even greater extent though. Because think about how quickly Robb is dead because he broke an oath. Something Ned would have not done. I feel like, anyway. Jon also broke an oath, I guess, but I feel like it was a less severe oath as far as making love to another woman, which, by the way, Sam says is up for debate, up for interpretation of the rules. Anyways, maybe he didn't break any oath. I don't know. Anyways, Jon, Stannis being there. I don't know what's gonna happen with all the wildlings. I guess we'll see. One of them, the one redhead wildling guy is still alive. I guess he'll be another character going forward. I did not miss, certainly, when there was the flames going on, because they were burning all the bodies of the Night's Watch that had passed, and boom, Melisandre right behind the flame, and the way she's looking at Jon, oh my god, I did not like that one bit. I'm actually trying to not even think about that, because when I say I love Jon Snow with all my heart and soul, it's not even, Jon Snow is my favorite character in this show. It's been Jon, Tyrion, and Arya. It's been kind of the three of them floating around for a bit now, and Robb was there too, and then Talisa was there, and Ygritte was there, but obviously half that list is gone. It is Jon. It's Jon. I would say Tyrion and Arya can be second and third. They can go back and forth. Probably Tyrion, although I'm interested to see how Tyrion rebounds from what just happened here and where he ends up going. He just fucking killed the former love of his life and his father. Like, how is that going to affect him going forward? You know, is he going to go back into his just drunken and whoring days? I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know where he's going. The scene with Jon burning Ygritte's body, I'm glad we got to. I don't even want to talk about that. The Hound is dead. Brienne's a beast, of course. I don't know what her next move is. I guess her next move is to find Sansa, but she was right there. She doesn't know Sansa's there though. So, speaking of that, they haven't even really. I don't know. I don't know what Baelish's game plan is here. I feel like he wants to get that little kid killed. He's sending the kid, Lysa Arryn's son, out, right, to train or whatever, to prepare to be like Lord of the Vale, and I feel like he wants to get him killed. Because I think he knows he's gonna go out there and get killed, and maybe he'll be Lord of the Vale, and eventually try and go for the Iron Throne. I believe that it was hinted that he was interested in that at some point. I feel like in like season 2 or something. Then again, there was that conversation between him and Sansa right after she saved him, where he was like, why did you do it? It's better to have me on your side than somebody you don't know. And then she didn't really answer that, but like it seemed like she has another interest, like a newfound interest in mind, so something that she wants that's new, and I don't really fully understand, but she's definitely got a different energy about her. The way the camera was like downstairs shooting her up the stairs, and the way she was walking down the stairs, and the sun was behind her, and it was shooting her as if she was this majesty, which we haven't seen her in that light. She's, for like 3 seasons now, she's just been so, constantly under pressure in the worst way. She's been dealing with Joffrey and then been forced to marry. Like, she's been in a terrible situation. So her father killed, like her whole family's been murdered one after the other. It was, seeing her in that light was different. I don't know what the direction with her is. I'm so fascinated though, obviously. Daenerys chaining the dragons. How does the show do so much? I mean, I feel like I'm not even halfway through the stuff that happened and the stuff that is currently happening, and I feel like I've already covered like 3 different shows in what I've addressed here. Daenerys with the dragons. She had to chain 2 of them. It destroyed her. But at the same time, while it destroyed her, it's her continuing to stay true to what her visions and sort of goals and ideals are as a leader. And I'm continually impressed that she manages to find a way to stay true to those things. She sent Jorah away when I don't think I would have personally done that because of how loyal he's. Like, I feel like I might have understood more, but she wasn't having it. And Jorah can't just go back to King's Landing, can he? I don't know. We'll see. We haven't seen him since she sent him away. Got my eye out for that, of course. We have these Pirates of the Caribbean skeleton things popping out of the ground. What the hell was that? Those aren't White Walkers. It's something different, right? We have the children who have literal magical powers. They're like throwing these fireball things at the skeleton, or that one little girl, children, who's apparently really, she's born well before everybody, so I assume she's a lot old, just doesn't age. Then there's the crow, but it was like this older guy who's like a part of the branches, and so it was so just, the whole scene was so cool from the start. As soon as you see it and it's glowing and it's the tree and it's just the vision that he had, and all we really got from that was that Brandon will be able to fly. We didn't find anything else out, and I'm wondering what he'll literally just like float, like fly around everywhere he's able, like goes now. Tyrion killed his father and Shay. How long has Shay been with Tywin? That's a question that comes straight to mind. Where is Tyrion going on that ship with Varys, who it looked like was sat down. I don't know if Varys was sat. It looked like he was sat down next to the box that Tyrion was in. At first, the shot was of the ship leaving, and it looked like Varys was watching the ship go away because he wasn't on it when they boarded the box, but maybe he got on it afterwards. I don't know. Either way, I have no idea where that's going. I don't know where Tyrion ends up. I'm remiss to not even mention Jaime and Cersei, and I like Jaime now. What a to think, if you told me in season 1 that I would at any point say, hey, I think I might like him. If you told me that at the end of season 1, I would tell you, why would you lie to me? That's not a nice thing. Friends don't lie, as Eleven and Michael would say. Stranger Things reference for people that don't watch Stranger Things. And then Tywin, the balance of, I guess this gives Cersei a pretty significant control now, right? Because she can maneuver, she can kind of hand puppet things the way she wants to with her son, because Tywin's gone. Who's going to be the hand of the king? Is it now going to be Jaime? There's so fucking much, and Stannis is coming, and eventually Daenerys is coming, right? They were looking at the map, Daenerys and Jorah, of how far they were from King's Landing, and it looked like they just had to cross that narrow sea. They got to get those ships, and it looks like they're there, but I don't know. God, I'm so excited for the next season. Thanks for dealing with the range of emotions this show's put me through, guys, and these long rambles and post-episode rambles, particularly this one, and particularly the last episode, and just I love this show so much. Man, what a roller coaster ride. Wow. I'll see you guys for season 5.